Tucheze sasa.
Hello, good evening, my people. It's your girl Diana, and she's here with yet another beautiful topic that I feel like parents should know about this. So come, come in this beautiful stream where and why is it okay? Uh-huh. So I know parents wonder about and they don't say it out loud. But they keep on wondering that why is my child Swahili sounding a little bit off? And if that has actually ever crossed your mind, just know that this show is for you, and we are going to know, what is going on here. So, parents who are watching me, type in the chat whether you have ever noticed your child's Swahili pronunciation sounding a little bit different from the native speakers. So tell us, have you heard way different from the native speaker? Has it you know has it been something that is weighing you down? Is it something that you wish to have control over? Mhm. So accent is last piece to settle. So when your child has already known a language they are speaking well, and they can actually communicate, just know that the accent is the last piece to settle. And it's not a fast thing, it's not, a failure. No, it's not. So if your child can understand one thing, your child can literally understand, can respond, and can communicate, yeah, you know, and even perfectly pronounced the language is, that they are really taking root. And I want us to look at some few points here that I'll tell you that it is okay as much as they are able to communicate and they are able to respond to it is literally okay and that the accent is the last thing to settle. You know, vocabulary is about meaning and accent is actually about, the muscle memory that the child has. Uh-huh. So here is something that I want us to look at today. Knowing what the word means and physically pronouncing it exactly how it sounds, these are two completely different, developing on different timelines. So these are two different skills, and these skills literally develop on different. Um, a child correctly say Simba, which means lion, in a sentence, at the right moment, still not quite landing, not quite landing on, the rolled R sound, way native speakers would actually pronounce it. Did you know that? Yeah. So again, another thing that I want us to know is that, the mouth needs repetition to adjust to child to speak this language. Know that the mouth needs a repetition to actually adjust to these sounds that are being introduced to them. So some Swahili words sound simple Yeah, no, it's like some words sound simply that there are some Swahili words that simply we do not have them in English. They do not exist. So the mouth and the tongue genuinely needs, practice. It needs practice them to learn how, how the new movements, to know the new movements, and also it's physical, so it's not mental. So for example, sounds like, you know, the Swahili, and it's found in the word like ng'ombe, ng'ambo. They don't exist in English at all. So it can take, repeat exposure before a child produces. Yeah. So those who are in the comment section, please, or not comment section, those who are joining me in this live stream, let us try and pronounce the name Ngombe together. Uh-huh. How does it feel? Okay. So kids usually use words correctly long before pronouncing them, natively. So the accent is settled in later, and that's why we are saying that they will keep on using the words correctly. But it will take long before they start pronouncing those words as native speakers. Uh-huh. So comprehension can correct usage as strong sign of real progress. So comprehension, when you understand, comprehension and correction, usage are, strong signs of real progress, even when the pronunciation isn't, you know, as long as I understand. So the correct usage are strong sign of progress. It shows that they are really improving and they are really doing well in mastering, or in understanding these few vocabularies that they are learning. Okay. So for example, you get to ask a child, and you need to ask a child for maji within uh communicating successfully. The word choice and grammar are already correct. Do you know that accent by the sound of child's ears most? Did you know that? So a child accent mostly leans towards whichever language environments around them the most. This is not about exposure. It is not not about not ability. Yeah. So a child growing hearing mostly English at school and Swahili at home may actually naturally carry slight English, you know, influence into the Swahili for. Yeah. They will carry in for a while before they start having the actual accent that they need to develop. Another thing that I want us to look at is that is parents, if we correct accent too early, it can actually discourage speaking. So when we began this live stream, we say that accent is the last thing that will settle in when a child is learning a particular language. So if you think that it is a failure, you think that your child needs to have known how to use them correctly, let me tell you, you are going okay if you start correcting them too early, you're going to discourage them from speaking, and they speak because we know that the accent will come in later. So if a child feels judged every time they attempt a word, they can become reluctant to try at all. And I feel like we have talked about this over and over again. when it comes to correcting a child whenever they say something wrong. We have discussed this and we have said that um, let us not correct them um, in a way that will discourage them from speaking. Yeah. So out with code switching and the silent period. Yeah. So let us stop correcting them too early because as a result of our correcting, it will make them to freeze, take steps back, and stop speaking. And if this means that the learning the period that you think that they would have speaking is going to be prolonged. Yeah. Okay, so remember to type on the comment section whether your child is still has not still had the Swahili accent, and what are you doing about it? Is it something that is making you worry and feel like no, you have failed in teaching them the native language? Yeah. So we also have songs and rhythm, songs and rhythm, they naturally refine pronunciation. So I remember us speaking of how the songs are going to help the child in learning this language naturally. So today we are saying that the songs and rhythm, they are going to to naturally actually refine pronunciation. Yeah. And we say yesterday actually when we were talking about what were we talking about yesterday? Yeah, yesterday we were talking about having to, and we say that we can use the cards for listening to a song. So during that time, yeah, when they listen to Swahili songs, that is when they actually these songs and rhythm are actually going to help them in their pronunciation. So let us not stop this routine, where you have them listen to Swahili songs because they really help. Now, music, mostly music trains the mouth on rhythm, and sound without direct correction feels, necessary sometimes. Just let them be, let them live in the language. Yeah, I also remember that in the conversation that, or in the live stream that we had, it was about raising bilingual kids, and we talked about letting children live in the language. Uh-huh. So this is also, we're told that a child who initially, mispronounces words in Swahili song often self-correct themselves actually naturally after singing a dozen of times. So they will sing one time, second time, third time, and then later on they'll come and realize, oh, this is not how it is pronounced. And then they're going to self-correct naturally. Uh-huh. Without even, being told, you're singing it wrongly. Oh, that is not how it goes. So let them live the moment. So the more they keep on reading this is no, not reading, listening to it over and over again, they are going to self-correct themselves. Uh-huh. And this is something, or this is a point that I want us to know that accent would often catch up once confidence is strong. So once your child is very confident in speaking a language, that is when now the accent comes in. Uh-huh. So as kids become more confident using the language, their accent frequently, sharpens on. Do not forget, but again, how will this confidence increase? This confidence will increase if they keep using the language over and over again. So the accent comes when they are confident, when their confidence is actually strong. Let us look at this. A child who has, a child who was actually fairly hard to understand, who was fairly hard to understand in Swahili at the age of 5, they often sound notice. Like you can notice them. You can notice them. You know, when they are speaking. So by the age of 8 without any formal accent training. Uh-huh. So parents, have you noticed your child's Swahili accent sharpen over the year? Need to improve over the year. So tell us in the comment section, how is it happening? Uh-huh. How are they speaking when they were the age of 4, and how are they speaking right now that they are okay, maybe 8, 9, or 10, as it improved? Mhm. So another way to look at this is that when your child is literally like exposed to native speakers, yeah, it actually matters more than the correction. That's correction that you are doing. So kids in most cases they absorb, accurate pronunciation through repeated listening far more effectively than through, being told no, say it like this. Mhm. So regular exposure, regular exposure to native Swahili speakers through Tayari, Tayari sessions, through family calls or media, gradually sharpens the accent more than in the Mombadas. So, this live stream, there is a link above here. Uh-huh. There's a link here, and this link will take you direct to our Tayari app, where there is amazing things that our children would really enjoy having. So, scan the QR code, try to log in. You can log it as you can log in as a parent, or you can let your child log in as a child. uh and see the amazing features that the app has. But if you're unable to sign in, please let us know so that we can help you go through it step by step. At our Tayari app, we have amazing lessons. Amazing lessons. We have Simba and Asema games, which I know most of us know as Simon and Asema. Then we have Ngoma. Then we have Michezo. Who doesn't love Michezo? That is an online activity that your kids will do after they have learned, after they have attended the lesson. And then lastly, we have Nyanya, Jibu Nyanya. And this is the most amazing feature that our app has. This is AI Grandmama, where your child will get to interact with grandma AI, where they are going to have conversation, endless conversations. Grandmama will speak, and they will also have a chance to also answer grandmama, and to through period that your child is having the lessons. Yeah. And remember, we have been saying that consistency, over intensity. Where this, if you, sorry, if you decide that your child is to have 20 minutes every day of learning Swahili, then this app is your best bet, because it has all those things that your child needs to learn a language. Apart from that, we have stories. What else do you have? Yes, we have stories that your children can read. Yeah, they can actually read the stories through the points that they have earned throughout using the app. Isn't that amazing? So use this QR code, scan it, and let us see you there, and let us help you whenever you need help. Today's discussion, where we are talking about accent, and why does it come late, or is this something that we should worry about? It's not something you should worry about, because it settles in last. when your child has confidence enough to, to keep on speaking. Yeah, the last thing that we talked about before we moved into that, we say that we need to have exposure, we need children exposed to native speakers because it will help them to in their pronunciation of words. Uh-huh. So another thing that I want us to discuss is that, when a child is sounding, foreign sounding accent, they have foreign sounding accent when they are pronouncing some Swahili word. It does not mean that, you know, this is not their language. Mm-mm. It doesn't mean that Swahili is not their language. This is a very, a very emotional one worth sitting with. A child accent doesn't determine how authentic the language belongs to them. Yeah. I know a lot of people feel like if so and so sounds foreign while speaking this particular language, it means that this is not their language. No, 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 no. Let us not look at it like that. Uh-huh. So a child accent doesn't determine if they belong to a certain language. No. So many heritage speakers around the world speak their family language with, slightly a little bit of accent. Uh-huh. Their whole while, and it is truly their own language. So all us our, heritage language. But this is not disconnecting us from who we are. No, it's not. So if that is what your child has, don't be afraid. They still belong. They still belong. Uh-huh. And did you know that the bilingual accent can actually be an asset, not a flaw? Did you know that? That a slight accent of often, signal a rich bicultural background. Did you know that? And honestly, many people find it charming and admirable rather than, something to fix. Uh-huh. Oh, let me charge my laptop. So I'm here to tell you that lingual accent can actually be an asset. Mhm. It is not a flaw. Where we say that the slight accent, it often, signals a rich bicultural background. Yeah. And actually, many people find it to be very charming, very, and admirable, rather than something that we should rush and try fixing. Uh-huh. So, so yeah, look at this. A child, a child's blended Swahili English accent may actually stand out as, a unique and get warm compliments from relatives rather than criticism. Look at it. Mhm. So it is not all about having that Swahili accent. Sometimes people can admire it, and we say as long as the child is speaking, we don't have to worry about the accent because again, it is going to settle in last. But again, do you know that accent actually varies even among the native speakers? Yeah, it actually varies even from the native speakers. So you see, native Swahili speakers themselves have, regional accent. Yes, we have the coastal accent. We also have the upcountry, and also diaspora communities sound all different. Do you know that? That the coastal people who are in upcountry, people who are in diaspora, they all sound a little different. So there's no single, there's no correct accent to choose. That is true. Have you ever listened to how coastal people speak? Have you ever heard of how Nairobi people speak? Uh-huh. So this is to bring you to this point that these accents they vary even among the native speakers. So for sure, we do not have the correct accent to chase. Uh-huh. So a child's Swahili might sound slightly different from a grandparent's rural upcountry accent. Mhm. But both are completely valid Swahili speakers. Yeah. So parents in the comment section. Uh-huh. So does your family have a specific regional accent in Swahili? Uh-huh. Tell us. Where is it from? Is it from upcountry, coastal, Nairobi, diaspora? Where is it from? Please engage us in the comment section as we look at this and have a very productive discussion this evening. Uh-huh. Okay, great. Let's move on together as we continue discussing these points all together. Uh-huh. And actually, did you know that like the tongue twisters make accent practice feel like a game? Have you ever tried Swahili tongue twisters? Do we have Swahili tongue twisters? Do we have Swahili tongue twisters? Uh-huh. Like I was saying that tongue twisters make accent practice feel like a game. Okay, let us look at this. Uh-huh. Yes. Swahili indeed has tongue twisters, and I have seen there's someone online who would go and give people mic and ask and so that bastards in laughter and at the person. For example, this common one that they like using. Ni kipi kikusikitichacho? Yo, I even didn't say it right. Let me go slower. Ni kipi kikusikiti uh, ni kipi kikusikiti oh, wow. Ni kipi kikusikitisha? Tell me on the comment section. Are you able to say this tongue twister? Because I have tried and I feel like I am failing in it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let me try another one. Katibu kata wa kata wa mkata amekataa katakata. That one is easy. Yeah, I'll repeat. Katibu kata wa kata wa mkata amekataa katakata. That one is easy. And then we have another one. Tupe, tupe, tupate, tupie, tupu. Oh, tupe, tupate, tumtupie tupu. Which means like give us so that we can have it to throw to tupu. Okay, all right. Yeah. So, I mean, as I was saying earlier, that these tongue twisters, they make accent practice to actually sound like feel like a game. So, repeating fun, where we have tricky phrases, builds what we call, mouth control in a way that it feels to be playful rather than corrective. Yeah, so you can have these sessions at home. Try, yeah, tell them to your kids, let them try so that we see how well they are making this say the tongue twister session feel like. Yeah. Another thing that I see here is watching native speakers mouth helps kids mimic sound. Yeah. Where we have the visual modeling, watching how native speakers mouth moves helps kids, physically copy the sound's production, not just the sound itself, no, but also the sound production. You can do this you can pause a Swahili video and watch the speaker's mouth shape, you know, when they are talking, or when they are speaking particular words. And Children usually copy, not copy, copy, yeah, they usually copy or rather mimic how these native speakers are actually um, talking. Again, this is something that has to look at as we this question that we should let our kids hear them. We should let our kids hear themselves, back because it actually builds self awareness. What do I mean when I say that? I mean that, we need to record them. Record the children singing a Swahili song and play it back for fun. Record them, play it back for fun, and letting them notice that, you know, letting them notice and let them have what you call self correct naturally over time. Yeah. So, parents, have you ever recorded your child singing or speaking Swahili? Have you ever recorded your child singing or speaking Swahili? If you have not, try out this week just for fun and see how it actually turns out. Yeah, and I guess it's going to be fun for you to, record and also for them to listen to themselves speak. So, parents, here is what we want every parent to take away today. That accent is the last puzzle to click into place. And it settles in quietly over time with, continued use. It's not something that you just get overnight. No. It settles in quietly after continued use. What matters right now is that your child actually understands, responds, and keeps on trying using Swahili. The sound will catch up. The correction is, already here. The connection, not correction. The connection is already here. Is already there. Sorry. The connection is already there. So they will catch up slowly, but just know that the connection is already here. So, also, children who are watching my live stream today, so this week try saying one tricky Swahili word out loud. However, say it out loud, however it comes. No need to get it perfect. And come back and tell us which word you tried. Yeah? So, if today this live stream has eased your worry about accent, please book a trial Swahili session with us this week and let's continue helping you. Remember, consistent exposure with native speakers is exactly pronunciation naturally sharpens over time. And remember, use that link, use that link to connect to our Tayari app. Thank you so much for joining this stream. Let us meet another time when we are going to have even better and wonderful discussions that are going to help us as parents, as and as kids as well. I was your host, Diana Mikubo. See you next time. Kwaheri.
Hey, hey, hey. Tucheze sasa. Hey, hey, hey.